Hey, it's your favorite Andrina. And I don't know about y'all, but I feel amazing, amazing, amazing on today because today is a new day. Today is a day that was not promised to us, but yet a day that is here. And I feel absolutely amazing. And I hope you do too. If not, just know that you can change it at any time, any second, any moment. But in the meantime, what are you all grateful for on today? Today is a new day, so you must start your day in a day of gratitude, a day that you appreciate whatever is going to serve you in this moment, in this second, in this hour. And if you're anything like me, you're going to be grateful for life, love, and laughter. It sums it all. So if you want to, you can go ahead and deep breathe. Breathe in victoriously and breathe out anything that's disturbing your groove. Listen, this is your favorite Andrina, and I feel amazing on today. I have a wonderful guest that is coming to give us the one, two, three that we need to empower, inspire, and motivate us to the next level of living, owning our greatness. And it's all about everything that begins with you. And I am so excited. I am team self-care. I am team put me first, and everybody else can get the next. Because if your cup is not full, then you are no good for anybody else. And you got to understand when you serve you first, the overflow comes second, and everybody is able to gather it. So listen, I am feeling this lady. She is a dynamic speaker, and I am excited about what she is about to give us. And I need to be fed on today because I don't know about y'all, but this week was kind of hectic for me running a business, still growing and growing and growing, doing me, got the husband, the kids on the street. No, I'm just playing with y'all. But y'all know being the CEO of your own business, it takes you working and finding the balance. And I love what I do, transforming lives, but sometimes at the same time, it can be exhausting. So I am here and I am excited about what she is going to bring us on today. She is going to give us a one, two, three that empowers, motivate, and inspire us to our next level of living. So the next voice that you are going to hear is my guest, and I am so excited because I am ready to get this. The self-care, the necessity of self-investment is needed. Stay tuned. Here we go, y'all. She finna come on in. She finna come on in. So I told y'all one of my favorite people in the world, Rolanda, is showing up and she is going to give us that one, two, three. Rolanda, let the audience hear you. Tell them who you are, what you do, and what you are here to do on today.
My name is Rolande Sumner. I am a business strategist, specifically for infant startups with new women coaches of faith. I also work with organizations to help them with their veteran retention, professional development, and leadership development. As you guys can hear, I'm a woman of faith, but you know what? I cuss a little and sometimes a lot. So if you are a real person of faith and you're like, listen, I'm a sinner too, and I need somebody who's a little real, that's me. You come
Girl,
to the
we
right
all a work in
place.
progress.
I know. I'm here, and today we're supposed to talk about improvement. Why personal and professional investment for improvement is a necessity.
Yes, listen, we all are work in progress. So, honey,
Yes.
listen, walk that dog however you have to walk that dog. So, I am excited because one thing I love about me and you is we're both in that personal development and professional development range. And people
Hmm.
don't understand the dynamics of how important that is the development that you need in order to grow greater. So, explain to
Yes.
them what you do in your coaching and in your
Hmm.
branding.
Okay, so on the private side, I really focus on helping new women coaches start their coaching practices from scratch. And at the stage that they come to me, a lot of them have their basic legalities done. Like they're registered with their state, they have their EIN, but
Mhm.
they don't know what to do next. What a lot of new business owners think is what makes them a CEO is those documents, and they're
Right.
so far off. And in teaching them how to just get the first dollars in the door, their target audience, building their program, they also learn about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They
That
have to do that mindset shift between being an employee and making strategic decisions for themselves and their business. And they have to learn how to actually identify their worth without feeling bad about it. So you're going to run up what I notice my clients do. And I find myself being in this space every time I hit a new level in my business and making more money, is you're going to run up a wall. You're going to get to a wall, and then you're going to be like, oh my gosh, can I do this? Can I charge that much? Am I supposed to be making this much? And then that's when we have to do that professional and personal development to help you get through that. This is why DIY has definite limits, because you don't know how to get yourself through that when you DIY it. There's nobody there challenging you when you're getting free $99 and $27 offers.
Say that thing right there. You better walk that dog, Rolanda. Don't play with the audience. Tell them
I'm
the
just
truth,
saying, like,
they think that it's all glitz and glamour, but I always say how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Yes.
That's why professional and personal development is married together. And people do have to understand that mindset is your number one
everything
key to you growing into your greatness, and it's not nothing to be played with. So what made you start your journey?
So my journey into entrepreneurship really started with the push, right? When I was a little girl, my daughter, I always get my daughter and my sister mixed up. My sister would play teacher and I would play executive woman. I'm about to age myself, right? In the 80s, executive women would walk around with their little sneakers and their scrunchy socks, and they would have their little briefcase and their purse. Well, I would walk around with my mother's purse and her in her high heels and makeup all over my face, acting like I was an executive woman. And I didn't know then that I was practicing to be a boss lady. Well, as you grow up, you start to lose the idea, because people are telling you, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that, and you're stupid and you're too black and blah. And then, but I still had those type of tendencies. Like, I asked way too much questions in the workplace. I challenged my leadership every chance I got. I always saw things from a different perspective. Like, why didn't you, and I felt stupid for seeing things differently. Some of it was because of my learning disability, and others was because I just was like, I don't get it. So why can't we just do it this way?
So what's your learning disability?
I have dyslexia.
Oh,
well, I have dyslexia, but it's a mild case. I didn't know it was dyslexia until my daughter had it. When I was growing up, they called it a reading comprehension problem, and I was in IEP until I graduated high school. And then when my daughter showed signs of it, that's when they were like, well, it's actually dyslexia. And in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they didn't put dyslexia. They didn't put the name on it until the 2000s. So as I started to learn through her, I learned how to see things differently. I thought it was because I was stupid. Like, how come I can't see things the way other people saw it? And it was just because it's just the nature of having a learning disability. You just naturally see things differently. You can't help it. Your brain just works different. So because I saw things from a different perspective, I just came up with different ideas, and I challenged things because I didn't understand. Like, it goes further than just looking at a word and trying to figure out what it says. So, but it worked for me. It worked for me. And so when I got out the military, the first job post my retirement, I got fired after 60 days. And I was devastated. It was a blessing though, because it was almost like God was like, now you don't have any excuses, go be a boss. So I started a skincare business. I did that for a couple of years. And then one day I woke up and was like, you know what? I'm not even talking about skincare. I've been talking about empowerment this whole time. I guess I'm going to be a coach. And at that time, my business coach was going to coaching school, and she's like, well, you need to come to this coaching school. And so I signed up for it. I got like this big loan. I signed up for it. And when I graduated, I got board certified. Like, everything was smooth and fast. So I feel like it was ordained, because you know how God works. He's like, when I tell you to do something, just hold on. It went smooth. And then on, I had started my coaching practice. And because I had learned so many lessons DIYing it as a startup skincare maker, I was like, you know what? I learned this is what I saw other people doing and what I did. I need to teach other people how to do it better. So that's my journey into entrepreneurship. I've had jobs like regular jobs, but honestly, once I quit the traditional workforce in 2019, it was like, I will never turn back.
Listen how you took an obstacle, dyslexia, and look how you turned it around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, when you're not told that you can turn something around, it was a blessing that I didn't know what I didn't know. Does that make sense? Like I didn't know
it does.
It was a learning disability. It was just like you have a reading comprehension problem, read more.
But that
my
still
mom
pushed you to be that boss lady that you are now.
Yeah, like my mom didn't say, she didn't even, you know how Black moms are. Sit down. I was like, okay. She's like, you can read anything you want. I don't even care. Just read. I didn't have the opportunity to feel bad about it because I didn't want to get beat. I was like, fine.
What'd you say? How you call us Black moms out? You are too funny.
Really,
too
like,
funny.
Especially in those days, like corporal punishment was still like a thing. So she was like, listen, you can read 10 minutes every day, like your teacher said, or you can read 10 minutes every day after this bell. Like these are options.
You got two options. Which one you gonna walk? But you better walk it out. You better walk it straight out.
I'm gonna need you to read 10 minutes a day, please. I was like, I'll take first option. So I didn't have an opportunity to really like sit on it too much. And then I'm stubborn, you know, like I'm stubborn. I just didn't want to do what other people said. And I worked hard. I was never lazy. I worked really hard. I took pride in what I did. But my whole life, I've always been like, well, I don't want to do it that way. Can you just give me the end result?
Right. We don't want to work for it, but it's through the work and it's through the process that we really actually grow. And even those oppositions and those challenges that really what takes us to that next level in personal and professional. But listen, so the title of your topic you wanted to speak on was the necessity of self-investment.
Yes.
So you got to give us 3 tools to put in our toolbox that's going to help us grow personal and professional.
Okay, so one thing you have to have is a coach and a therapist.
Please say that out loud. Please say that one thing for the choir.
You know what? Let me say 2 things you have to have is a coach and a therapist. What is the difference? You are at level 0. Everybody's at 0. Okay. A therapist, which everybody needs, it doesn't mean you're crazy. It means that you're maintaining your health. It's like having a PCM. You go to the doctor every 6 months. You make sure like your blood vitals are good. You go to the dentist to make sure your teeth are clean. It's the same thing, but it's for your brain. A therapist will take you from where you are so you can go back and talk about some things in your past so they no longer trigger you. It will allow you to vent and talk crap about the people in your life without hurting their feelings. And it's totally normal and it's really good.
Absolutely.
Everybody's got something that bothered them as a child or whatever. And it's a good opportunity to get out. It goes backwards. A coach will take you from where you are and they will go forward. They will teach you how to think more critically. They will teach you how to get out of your way so you can perform better. They will teach you how to be more grateful. They work wonderfully in tandem when you are in a mentally stable place so that you can recognize opportunities to grow and move forward and still maintain and clean up things in the back. Now, if you are mentally unstable, and it's okay if you are, because things out there for you, go to a therapist first. Take medication. Just like if you have high blood pressure, you take medication. Just as like if you have a arthritis, you take medication. If you are unstable in your brain, which is another body part, take medication. Get stable and then get a coach. But you can, if you use them in tandem, oh girl.
Together, listen, let me walk this dog with you. Walk that dog,
Mm-hmm.
process it, right? So our culture teach us that we don't need no therapist. We can talk to Shaquata, Shaquina, and Tyrone to get whatever it is that we
You talk to the pastor who got problems,
right,
and everything's gonna be good.
Absolutely. But I had to learn, I realized that I had needed a therapist. I had realized I had needed a therapist when my father passed. And I didn't recognize where I was. And at that particular time, I was in my business as a coach. And you're absolutely right. You do need a therapist and you do need a coach, because the coach is keeping you accountable to your greatness and challenging you to move forward. The therapist is allowing you, and the coach also gets you unstuck. And the therapist allows you, just like you said, to vent in order for you to be able to move forward in life. Where some conversations, those hard conversations you can't have with Shaquan, Shaquita, Tyrone, or you can't go back to your parents and say, I didn't like how you treated me when I was a child. That therapist unleashes that frustration and that pent down bitterness that you may have. And I recognized that when my father had passed, unresolved issues that I had with him, but I also recognized the dynamics of me and his relationship and how he taught me how to be a leader as a single mom and as a woman. My dad was on me the hardest, but my dad had already equipped me for life. And then the coach that I have now, she challenges me to show up in my greatness where it doesn't cost me to second guess who I am because the past. And us as coaches, that's how we step into our students' life. And our students don't recognize the importance of their coaches sometimes. They really, truly don't.
This is the thing about it, right? The problem is people underestimate the necessity of their brain. So they understand that, okay, if they have something wrong with their heart, it's a necessity to take care of it. Heart health. We got to eat right. We got to exercise, blah, blah, blah. They understand the necessity of maintaining good blood sugar because they don't want diabetes. They understand the necessity of having like good joints and all that stuff because they don't want arthritis. But they underestimate the necessity of a healthy brain. So when it's time to start talking about, hey, let's get mental health services, let's get a therapist so that we can get a mental tune-up, like a physical therapist will help you work out that muscle so you can get that flexibility and agility back. A mental therapist will help you get that agility and flexibility back. A coach will help you be accountable and get that mental agility forward. People they don't think about those things.
They do not. And sometimes they take coaching and therapists lightly.
Yes. Then on top of that, in our community, it's just starting to become a thing for us to recognize that that coaching, because we're going to go back to coaching because we're coaches, that coaching is a necessity, right? So we're quick to be like, oh, those white people this and those white people that, but they knew the secret to coaching long time ago. Right. They got their kid, like they taught their kids, hey kid, go to therapy. Hey kid, I went and saw this multi-million-dollar person who helped me be a millionaire. They're going to help you be a millionaire. Because guess what? They asked me questions that made sense. We're on the outside like, oh, I can't believe you did this and that, because we don't know.
No, I disagree. I agree to disagree with you, because to top it off, we also was conditioned and accustomed to look at life always from a struggle angle. And because we look from a struggle angle, therapists and coaches ain't important to us. It's going to Big Mama, it's going to your pastor, it's going to Shaquan and Tyrone.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes better sense. That makes a whole lot more sense than when I said
now we're trying to catch up to what
Mm-hmm.
the other culture has already recognized, to
Mm-hmm.
unleash and say, it's okay for you to have a therapist. It's okay for you to look at life from an abundance mindset and not a
Mm-hmm.
poverty mindset. It's
Yes.
okay from you to detach from anything that is holding you back. So that's really good. That's really, really good. Now
The
we got
third thing
mm-hmm.
that I think you should have to help develop your mental in your personal and professional development, you need to be in a mastermind or in a group of people who are smarter than you,
Yes, yes,
who are
yes,
slightly,
yes.
the more ahead of you, the better.
That's what they say. If you want to win in life, you have to surround yourself around with people that are ahead of you. But let me say this to you. A lot of times what we do when we're broken, we look at it like, oh, they think that they're better than us. I don't want to be a part of that. Instead
Because
of
it's
looking at it like
insecurity.
instead of looking at it like they are challenging me to grow better, to grow
Mm-hmm.
greater. That's where the
Mm-hmm.
personal development comes in. People sleep on personal development, but I love being a
Yeah.
personal development coach. I love it.
And this is the thing about it, right? Personal development comes in all ways. Like I got the best personal development when I went to coaching school. You know, when I got a business coach, when I got a sales coach, because it happened because I needed to get out of my own way. If I didn't get a business
Absolutely.
coach, I wouldn't have thought to go to coaching school. I would have just coached without it. If I
Mm-hmm.
didn't go and get a sales coach, I wouldn't have gotten out of my own way to make more money. Like I
Mm-hmm.
had sales skills, but it was a sales coach who was like, hey, you know what you're doing. Stop.
You
Stop
know
getting
your
in your
worth.
own
You
way.
know your value.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stop getting in your own way. Stop making excuses why.
Right. Right.
Personal development, you can get it out of the book. You can get it in these smaller ways, but it takes a human being who's a step or two ahead of you, who's been there, done that, and got the Super Bowl ring, the t-shirt, the whole wardrobe to say, hey, I recognize what you're going through.
Mm-hmm. And until you get out of that broke mindset, that poverty mindset,
Mm-hmm.
and do the work, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
continue to be on that wheel, and you're going to continue to go around like the
Mm-hmm.
Israelites did for them 40
Mm-hmm.
years, and it was 11-day
Girl,
journey.
they
But
didn't
y'all
have
don't
to.
want me to take y'all to church on this podcast today.
Y'all didn't need to be like that, though. Y'all ain't need to be in the
Y'all don't
forest.
want it. So sum it up for us. Give us the three again.
Okay, the three again is one, you need a therapist. Two, you need a coach. Three, you need a mastermind.
Ooh, for self-investment.
And four, you need Adrena or me.
You better say that. You hear me, Rolanda? You better say that. That's my weed woman, y'all. Listen, I am so grateful for you. Do you have any upcoming events that you want to share with the audience, and also share how they can connect and work with you?
Listen, the best way to find me is on LinkedIn because all my stuff is there and it'll link back to my websites. You can find me on LinkedIn at Rolande Sumner, Rolande. Just go to LinkedIn. It has my media features. It has the awards that I've been winning, the content I
Woo!
post. It'll lead you to my main website. I have a quiz on my other website, but you know what? Just go to LinkedIn. Everything is on LinkedIn. ROLANDESUMNER. And
Oh,
look in
I
the
love it.
description to just find how to spell my name because that's how you spell it in LinkedIn.
Man, I love it, Rolanda. I love it. You are definitely my wing woman, and I'm so grateful that you
Yeah.
showed up here to really break it down because sometimes people do not get that. It is important for you to have a coach, a therapist, and also a mastermind because
Mm-hmm.
all of it challenges you. Now, before we wrap this up, give us
Mm-hmm.
one word that we can take away from us to empower us, motivate us, and transform us to the next level of living. One word we can meditate on. One word we can say, you know what? I am in it to win it. One word.
Mindset.
Baby, I love it. Straight love it, Rolanda. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your
Thank
time and your energy
you.
with us. We are appreciative of you blessing us with your wisdom, your knowledge, your presence, and your understanding. May you be blessed over and over again. Continue to show up in your greatness. And listen, this is your favorite Andrina and Rolanda on today, giving y'all that 1, 2, 3 because we can, we will, and we are purpose too. And if you don't remember nothing else, remember this. And if you use this tagline, put my name behind it because I worked hard for it. Your purpose is greater than your struggle. Your struggle is your stepping stone to get you into your greatness. This is your favorite Andrina. You all stay amazing.